नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदनंदना जय व्रज जनरंजना जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय हो यमुना तीरवनचारी जय बिहारी जयो राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Sita Nata, Premanande Hari 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 Hari, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Welcome to this mantra 8 of Isopanisad. Already you people have done an exercise on the idol worship and the deity worship, in which you refer to this puppet. So again, we are going to go through a quickly overview, and there are some salient points in this which are amazing, which are really amazing description of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's characteristics which a pure devotee sees. So we are seeing about Uttama Bhakta, Uttama Adhikari or Mahabhagavata Bhakta, how he is seeing the world and how he so what he sees the Lord as. The Lord he's seeing in completeness as the Supreme Lord. So this verse actually describes that. So let us quickly get into an overview of this verse. So here we go. We have the Isopanisad Mantra 8. A little complicated. I think we have to read the verse sloka in the Veda base with the word-to-word meaning. That will be more, because very complicated words are there. And each of the word is a separate meaning. Separate meaning is there. So maybe translation, I'll read now. Such a person must factually know. So which person, such a person, we already saw the characteristics of a person. First, who doesn't hate, who doesn't hate anything or any being. And second, we saw that the person sees everybody same in a similar platform, and also that he is beyond the soka and moka, beyond illusion and anxiety. So such Uttamadhikari, we saw the characteristics of, first we saw the categorization, because simply talking about Uttamadhikari, then you should know that there is Madhyamadhikari and Kanishthadhikari. So Prabhupada is putting that in the purport. And then such a person must actually know the greatest of all, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Personality of Godhead. So what is the Personality of Godhead's characteristics, which are mentioned here? Krishna, Gauranga, the Supreme Lord. There Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Bhritya. Ekala Ishvara Krishna means there is only one Ishvara, Krishna. Arasabha Bhritya means everybody else is servant. Now you may ask, what about Narayan? What about Vishnu? Yes, they are also servant. Krishna is the only Supreme Personality of Godhead. His expansions also are his servants. His first expansion is Balram. Balram is a pure devotee. All Vishnu forms which come as an expansion of Krishna, they are also devotees. How do I prove that? We can see them as lords. They are being worshipped in the temples, the Vishnu forms. When you go, especially in South India, there are so many Vishnu temples. And Vishnu is worshipped, Vishnu Bhagavan, everybody is worshipping, and he's like that, and he's coming and managing. You don't see him serve. He's always an acceptor of service, and there is an incarnation. There's no difference. If there is a main lamp and another lamp is taken, Purnam Purnam, then how do you say they are servants? So you can see in Chaitanya Leela that Advaitacharya, who is Mahavishnu himself, he was serving Lord Chaitanya. He is the servant. Krishna Das. So, Ekala Ishvara, there is only one Ishvara, that is Krishna. Gauranga. Gauranga is whole embodiment, and Krishna is also. So, Krishna, Ekala Ishvara Krishna, or Sabhabhritya, everyone else is servants. The internal potency, the marginal potency, the external potency, the expansions. The incarnations also, they are servants of the Lord. For example, Varahadev, he performed a particular task. That means he's serving Krishna in maintaining the universe. Like the Vishnu directly takes up the maintenance of the universe, and the maintenance of the universe requires certain activities. He does that. Krishna is supreme enjoyer. He doesn't do any work. Except for one thing, Bhakta Vatsala. Caring devotees, loving devotees, loving exchange with devotees. This is the primary aspect. This is what is doing. So the activities of material world maintenance, everything is done by his expansion as a service to the Supreme Lord. So there is only one Supreme Lord. So such a person must actually know the greatest of all. The greatest. It is very, very important to know that there's great, great, greater, 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 greater. And the greatest means stop. There's nobody asama urdhva, asama urdhva. So Krishna, Gauranga, both of them are mentioned. Of course, both are same. Krishna is mentioned as asama urdhva. Asama urdhva means means no. Sama means equal. Urdhva means above. So there is no one equal to Krishna or above Krishna. Krishna is the supreme Ishvara. Ekala Ishvara Krishna. So there is only one Ishvara. Everybody else is servant. What to speak of energy? Energy is naturally his servant. Even his expansions are his servant. So there is only one, greatest of all. So we should know him. So by Krishna Prabhupada's mercy, we are all Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. By Prabhupada's mercy, we all came to know that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead and nobody is above him. So this is a great science. And what are all his characteristics? First, he is unembodied. He is omniscient. Unembodied means we all have bodies, right? Body. So there is an embodiment. For example, I have this book, and this book has so many pages, right? This is the book actually, but it is embodied with this cover. So when you have another vastu, there is an item, and it is being covered, then we say that it's embodied. Something is there, it is not the body, it's like covering. So this embodiment. So in material world, we have a body, we are spirit soul, of course, different. So we are spirit soul actually. In material world, what do we get? We are embodied. We are covered with a body, which is not made up of matter. So here, the Lord is mentioned as a list as who's unembodied. Such a person must actually know the greatest of all, the personality of Godhead. First, he's unembodied. He's omniscient. There is nothing he doesn't know. He knows everything. Third, is beyond reproach. You cannot find fault in him. There's no faults. Perfection. The brim of perfection. So beyond reproach, we can find some fault in somebody, or there is some cause for us to negate their activities. We can question their activities. But this unquestionable person is so perfect, there is nothing you can doubt in his character or question him. No fault you can find in him. So first is unembodied, no material body, no separate body. Body and soul are same. For us, the soul is different, body is different in material world when we are there. Here, his entire body is soul only. So there's no difference, no duality in spiritual world. Unembodied, and he's omniscient. Everything he knows. And there is nothing he doesn't know. So third is beyond reproach. You cannot find any faulty things in him. And without veins. In body, we have these veins, So we may say that, okay, maybe he's not the body, but he may have veins and blood and bones and muscles. Nothing. Yes, sir. He is not made up of this matter without veins, and is pure and uncontaminated. There are two things. One is like antiseptic. It's mentioned is antiseptic. Here you can see that Kavir Manasi Swayambhur Yata Tato Yat Atran Vyadata Chat. We'll see that Apabhavitam, Suddham Apabhavitam. Suddham means very, very pure. And Apabhavitam. Apapa, Papa, sin. Apapa, completely pure. And he's antiseptic. It's like there is no fault in him. And he's the most purest of all. So that uncontaminated. Pure is also there, uncontaminated is also there. Suddham is also there, Apabhavitam is also there. And the self-sufficient philosopher, Kavir. Self-sufficient philosopher means he knows everything. Then he's a self-sufficient philosopher. And the best example would be Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the self-sufficient philosopher. Is Krishna himself. There is no difference between when a child is dressing for a fancy dress competition and he's changing the dresses, and you don't see him as a separate person. It's the same person who's dressing that way or this way to give pleasure to the devotees. But it's the same personality. The personality is the same, Krishna and Gauranga. There is no difference. The self-sufficient philosopher who has been fulfilling everyone's desire since time immemorial. Since time immemorial, eternally, Lord is fulfilling everyone's desire this many years. Many time immemorial means eternally, there's no beginning. Eternally. So Guru Maharaj was telling last week in Bhagavatam class, in material world we have past, present and future. But in spiritual world, only present tenses, presence. No past, no future. You just live present. Everything is present. You can't imagine because we are controlled. We are conditioned in this material world by the time. So when we come to Bhagavad Gita introduction, I will give you an elaborate session on time and how the time works on us. But right now, just understand that the Lord is self-sufficient and time immemorial. Immemorial means there's no beginning. So you cannot remember the starting because there was no starting. Always fulfilling. So this is the characteristics of the Lord, and the person will factually know this greatest person. So the first, we saw that Uttamadhikari and all that, but basically you should know Krishna, the science of Krishna. So Uttamadhikari will be expert in science of Krishna. If he knows that particular self-sufficient philosopher who was fulfilling the desire of everyone, then that person is Uttamadhikari or Mahabhagavata. And what kind of Lord is he? Which Lord is he? Knowing the unembodiment, omniscient, beyond reproach, without veins, the characteristics of the Lord is described. Along with this pure devotee can know this personality. So there are certain aspects which I'm going to just cover now, and rest once you read it, then you will come to know. The Supreme Lord, Prabhupada in the purport, he starts by saying that the Supreme Lord is not formless, because this sloka proves that he is not formless. Even though in some places he's mentioned as formless, that actually means he doesn't have a material form. He has a spiritual form. Formless doesn't mean that he doesn't have a form at all. It is empty. Nirvisesha sunyavadi. People think sunyam, zero, nothing. Just, sunyam. No. Or some people say, oh, only sound. Some people say, light. Only light. And there are some crazy people. They say that happiness is Krishna, God. Just be happy. Making others happy, social service is God. In this way, they define the God. They try to condition him, limit him. But Supreme Lord is first not formless. He has a form. He doesn't have a material form. So that doesn't mean he's only light, he's only like air, or he's only only sun. Of course, Om is also Krishna, and his effulgence is also Brahma Jyoti. Of course, that's all coming out of Krishna. Nothing is without Krishna. Everywhere he is there. Hmm? So the Supreme Lord is not formless. He has Satchidananda Vigraha. He has his own transcendental form, which is beyond the three modes of material nature, which is beyond the subtle and gross elements of matter. He's not part of this material creation at all. He's transcendental and he's not created. He eternally exists. So because we are in this world, we are conditioned by the time. We are conditioned by past, present, and future, birth, death, old age, disease, beginning and end. So we ask the question, okay, what is the beginning? Okay. Brahma came from Vishnu. Okay, Vishnu came from, okay, Balram. Balram came from Krishna. Krishna came from, he didn't come from anybody. He eternally exists. How it is possible? That is why Krishna is called Anadir Adi Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satsiddhananda Vigraha. Very clear. Brahma Samhita is the best evidence which mentions the Lord has a beautiful transcendental form. Anytime we can quote that in order to defeat the arguments on the formlessness of the Supreme. That Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. Anadir Adi Govinda. Anadi and Adi. There's no Adi for it. All of us have Adi. Even if we consider ourselves as soul, also we have Adi. And if we consider ourselves as a body, also we have an Adi. In both cases, we have a source from where we came. But the Lord is the only person who doesn't have a source. Means Krishna. Lord, generally, sometimes people may mention Vishnu. But Vishnu also has a source. He's plenary expansion of expansion of expansion of Krishna, like this. So he is expansion of somebody. Kshirodhara Sai Vishnu is an expansion of Garbhodara Sai Vishnu. Garbhodara Sai Vishnu is an expansion of Karnodara Sai Vishnu. Karnodara Sai Vishnu is the first expansion of Narayana. Narayana, an expansion of Vasudeva, second quadruple expansion of Sankarshana, Niruddha, Pradyumna, and Vasudeva. Then there is a first quadruple expansion. There is a Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Niruddha, Pradyumna. And then beyond that is Balaram, and then Balaram is an expansion of Krishna, and Krishna is the Adi, just the beginning. So, and there is beyond time. So, he is complete. The Supreme Lord is not formless, and he has his own transcendental and eternal form. The Lord's form is not at all similar to the form of the mundane world. We'll see a tabular column of the differences. He is the complete whole, and his mind, body, and himself are all one and the same. Krishna's Satsidananda Vigraha, separately his mind, body, and soul are not different. Everything is made of Satsidananda only. So there is no concept of I'm not the body, I'm soul, and all this with Krishna, because completely spiritual form. And he has many expansions like Narsimha, Varaha, and all. Incarnations. Same like that, he also incarnates as Archa Vigraha. That is the main point of this purport. That Lord descends as an incarnation. Archa Vigraha is a Archa Avatara. There's many avatars. So the deity is also an avatara, and it's really, if it's established by Acharya, then it is not different from Krishna. So we have this Lord's form is eternal, and our the material body, not our we can say. We are also Satsidananda. But we are talking about in the mundane world how the bodies are. In the mundane world, in this world. We are not talking about we ourselves as a spirit soul. We are also Satsidananda. He is also Satsidananda. So in last purport, we saw Achintya Beda Beda Tattva. That Lord is also made of Satsidananda, and we are also made up of Satsidananda. Lord is also eternal. We are also eternal. We are part and parcel of the Lord. This is what we saw. So as a spirit soul, we are part and parcel of Krishna, and we are also having the similar qualities of the Lord. No birth, no death, no old age, no disease. No embodied, our body and the and ourselves are same, like Gopas and Gopis and Yashodas in Yashoda, Nanda in Vrindavan. Their body and soul are not different from each other. That body and soul are the same because they have spiritual bodies similar to Krishna. Is Vasudeva. It's called Visuddha Sattvam. That you are in that platform. You are similar category person, and then you interact. Then only you can interact with them. But in material world, we have this body. So we are talking about only the material world body. We are not talking about we as a spirit soul. Krishna is eternal. The body in this Krishna's form. We are talking about the form, only the form of the Lord. The form of the Lord is eternal. So there's no embodiment like vein, blood, flesh, etc. We have the embodiment. And there's no difference between the body of Krishna and his soul. They both are same. But here there is gross body, subtle body. Inside that soul is embodied. So, and neither he is under, Lord is not under the law of nature. But we are, how the material body is developed, forced to accept a body according to the laws of nature. Based on the laws of nature, we are forced into a body. Even I don't want to go, still you need to go. So, and second, moreover, when the Lord comes here to the material world, he is descending by his free will. Even when he is descending into the material world, he doesn't lose the transcendental form. Still, he is in the transcendental form, but he is blessing us with vision so that we can see him. Even the transcendental manifest and unmanifest. We say that Krishna was manifest in this world and then he entered the unmanifest Leela. Means in front of our material eyes, he was visible for some time and he decides, no, I won't be available anymore to the materialistic vision. Then he can hide, withdraw. So like that only God, Lord disappeared. He appeared and disappeared. We don't see that Krishna was born, then he died. No. There is no birth and there is no death for him. Krishna appeared and disappeared. That's why we say Acharya's appearance day, disappearance day, Krishna's appearance day, disappearance day. We don't generally use the term birth and death, these words, for transcendental personalities. So neither he is under the forced to accept a body according to the law of nature. We are there and descended by his free will, but we are based on the karma, action and reaction will determine what is going to be our next body. But when Lord comes, okay, I'll become Varaha, I'll become a fish, then I'll be Matsya, I'll be like this by his own free will is incarnating in various species also for performing Herculean tasks and beautiful leelas to attract the conditioned souls back to Godhead and also to purify them by hearing the leelas and pastimes of these incarnations. We are getting not only purified, we are also gradually developing love of Godhead. So, and many places in Vedas, God is mentioned as formless. So this is a general argument from impersonalists, but actually means that Lord doesn't have a form, material form, because in this world, whenever we talk about a form, we talk only about material form. Nobody has an information about spiritual form till Prabhupada came. So is Sachidananda Vigraha is transcendental form here. We have material body, in the material world, we have the material form and the embodied. Every part of Krishna's body can do other parts of duty. Like he can eat from the eye, from the hand, he can eat directly. Angani yasya sagalendriya vritti manti pashyanti panti kalayanti siram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadushvala vigrahasya govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami. Angani yasya sagalendriya vritti manti. All the angas of his body can do the other angas activity, which for us conditioned and limited senses in the material body, if you see mundane world, the hand can do only certain activity. The mouth, the eye cannot do the activity of the mouth. We say that, okay, I will eat, then take some nice sambar rice and put it on the eye. What will happen? It cannot. But actually for Krishna, all the body senses can do all other activities. Yeah, except so this body is like that. So Angani yasya sagalendriya vrittimanti. Sagala indriya vrittimanti. Every indriya can perform other indriya's duty also. So his senses are not like our senses. So then there is a deep discussion on Archa Vigraha. Prabhupada establishes very strongly that Lord can transform matter into spirit and spirit into matter as he desires. And how the Archa Vigraha form appear, the Lord worshipable form of Archa Vigraha, which is installed in the temples by authorized Acharya only. Only when it is established by authorized Acharya, installed deities, they are worshipable form. Others are not. Whimsically. So you can ask, okay, Mataji, in my home, I brought some deity. I am not, nobody has installed. It's called practice deities, point number one. Even when you chant Hare Krishna and you have taken initiation, you are connected with the disciplic succession. Like the chain is like this, the disciplic succession is like Lord is connected to Brahma, is connected to Narada, is connected to Vyasa, Vyasa is connected in this way. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu connect to Ishwarapuri, Madhavendrapuri, Ishwarapuri, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Goswamis, like this Narottam Das Thakur, and then we have Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. In this way, connection till Prabhupada and then Guru Maharaj. Now you get connected in the chain. Otherwise, you are a loose link. So you have to get connected. So that is initiation. So when you're initiated by an authorized Acharya, and then you do some Abhishek and start deity worship, it is acceptable. Especially if you're Brahmana initiated, it is fully acceptable to individually install and worship the deity. Otherwise, also with the Harinam, it can be just you do a simple Abhishek and it's yours. So that's authorized Acharyas. We have the permission of them in order to establish the Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Maharani, Gaurnita deities. We have the authorization. So here, see this beautiful thing. How does the Lord descend? Guru Maharaj today only, he told about, when did he say? I installed so many deities. I have seen the installation of so many deities. Actually, he's not seen, he participated and he's the one who installed also. But he doesn't say that I installed. So the Archa Vigraha of the Lord, see the last point, the Archa Vigraha of the Lord descends at the request of the Acharyas, the holy teachers, and works exactly in the original way of the Lord by virtue of the Lord's omnipotence. So Lord has such a potency that the Acharyas request, my dear Lord, please come. So there is a beautiful function before the deity installation day. It's called Netron Milanam. So they will request the Lord to descend. After that, first they'll open the eye of the deity, new deity, and then they'll show Mangala Garam, many Mangala items to the Lord. Like this, they install with various mantras. The holy teachers in the work and the Archa Vigraha of the Lord descend on the request of Acharyas. And don't underestimate those deities. Oh, it's only deity, no. Not directly Krishna, no. No. If they are authorizedly installed by the Acharya, then it works exactly in the original way of the Lord by the virtue of Lord's omnipotence. So we can see exactly like that. So of course, and before this, there are certain aspects of Krishna like Apavavidam, Suddham, all these are being discussed in this purport and very elaborately on this deity form of the Lord, Archa Vigraha is also mentioned. And how is Lord fulfilling everyone's desire since time immemorial? This verse finishes by saying Lord is fulfilling the desire of. Can anyone say that how is Lord fulfilling the desire of everyone? You may have many desires, no? So is Lord fulfilling all those desires? The sloka says so. I'm not saying.
Yes, Mataji, actually, we just heard that we first become Brahma. So like that, we have passed into so many species that 84 millions means there are 84 millions type of desire we have. So Krishna
Mm.
is putting in one, so that we can, taste or, fulfill that desire. So,
What
but
about the Vaikuntha?
yeah, if we will want, then we can also go there and if we practice like that.
Okay, anybody else?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Mataji. So,
Yes.
but Lord is there inside us as a Paramatma, beside our soul, and He knows all our desires. Like, except Lord permission, there will be no like, no leaves will be blown by air, like something like that. So everything, whatever is done or sanctioned, it is by Lord's only. Without Lord, we can't move a page or move, we can't move anything. We can't move a pen. So if we, the thing is like when we desire, it no Paramatma knows, and then he sanctioned what like to do or something like that.
Okay. Anyone else?
Mataji, according to the purport, it says that God fulfills one's desire based upon their qualifications. So, and once he is surrendered to Lord, once he comes to know about Lord, he is asked to accept the Lord and then gets permissions to do the devotional service. So that's how he fulfills.
No, as Paramatma, correct. What you said is fine, but still, there's no partiality in him. He fulfills everybody's desire. So that has to be understood properly. That if you see this, the spirit souls originally belong to spiritual world, right? So there, living with Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. That's why I told even Vishnu's and everybody is servant only. So here we have this material world and we have the Vaikuntha planets, then we have spiritual world, and we originally belongs to the Goloka Vrindavana, and that is our constitutional position. But we decided to move out. So many living entities that are serving Krishna and is fulfilling various desires of them. For example, if a gopi is thinking that Krishna has to steal butter in my house today, then Krishna fulfills it by stealing butter in her house that day. So in this way, he is fulfilling the desire of everyone in Goloka Vrindavan. They have heart full of desire to serve Krishna. They have only one desire to serve Krishna, but the desire may change. They want to give butter one day, want to give garland another day. It may be anything. Or gali one day they want to scold him, tie him up. So in this way, it can be anything, but he keeps fulfilling it by performing pastimes in Goloka Vrindavan. But in the material world, those who have fallen also, he has given, I want to enjoy people. I want to enjoy. For them, he has given a material world. He has kept Durga. Then he has given earth, water, fire, sensory objects. For example, if I take a nice rasgulla and put it on my cheeks, will I feel the taste? No. If I keep it on my hand, the rasgulla, can I feel the taste? No. Tongue is also another bodily part, but I am taking the rasgulla and putting on my tongue. Will I feel the taste? Yeah, wow, very nice. So this is also made up of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. This is also made up of earth, water, fire, air, Panchaputa only. This also hand also made up of Panchaputa, and it also belongs to my body. When I keep in my hand, but Krishna keeps in the hand, he'll enjoy because Angani is Sakalintravritti. But I'm not able to enjoy because he has created the senses to fulfill our desire. So in this way, in the material world, all the facilities of the material world, not just the Paramatma, you will ask, I want a pen, and Krishna will give you a pen. That way is not based on your karma, you'll be allotted, but a system for fulfilling our desires, forgetting Krishna, is made as called as material world. He has created. And same way, if somebody likes to worship the Lord like Ramachandra, only as Lord Rama, then there is a Vaikuntha, Rama Vaikuntha. They can go there and they can worship Lord Ram. And if somebody wants to worship Varaha, they can go there. Vishnu forms, if somebody is very much interested in Vishnu forms, then they can worship him in that way. So in this way, for material world also is created to fulfill the desire of the spirit souls. So first we should always understand I am not the body, I am spirit soul. Then fulfilling everybody's desire means the spirit soul has. So sometimes there is a question when we offer obeisances to Vaishnava Acharyas, we say Vancha Kalpataru Bhyasti Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha. So Vaishnavas fulfill the desire, Vancha Kalpataru, whatever Vancha or desire you have, and they will fulfill. Same way we are, so Vaishnavas Pranam we are saying, same way Vrinde Devi's song also we say, Je tomara sharna loi tara vancha purna hoi. कृपा कोरी कोरो तारे वृंदावन वासी तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो. Yeah, we sing every day. Je tomara sharna loi tara vancha purna hoi. Whoever is approaching your lotus feet, their desires are fulfilled. But we don't get our desires fulfilled. I want Audi car. I want like 50 crores in my bank account. Not fulfilled, Baba. No, I said Tulasi Krishna Priyasi Vancha Kalpataru. So first, understanding our constitutional position. So as a spirit soul, the arrangement for their sense gratification is made in this world. And based on our karma, we get various happiness or distress. But the arrangement for the living entities to live away from Krishna, which they actually desired, is done. And all our dissatisfaction and unhappiness is because of separation from Krishna. That is the root cause. So the living entity in material world is given the material world facilities. And if they want to worship not directly Krishna into various other forms, oh, that, this, and okay. There's a Vaikuntha, I expand as Narsimha, you be my devotee. Like this, he keeps all the creation, material and spiritual creation, both are there to fulfill the desire, everyone's desire. Since time immemorial, Lord has created this, everybody is fulfilling, their desires are being fulfilled by the Supreme Lord. Okay, so this is it. I would like to give a small workshop for you. Just go quickly, you need to come back. And the task is, if somebody is, I want you to read this purport. Okay, the exercise you take for Monday, you can come back. If somebody is arguing with you, it need not be from Isopanisad. It can be from anywhere. It can be logical argument, or it can be, of course, you have to quote scriptures in between, like Isopanisad or whatever it is, this 8th verse. Somebody is arguing with you that the God doesn't have a form. He's a big power. They accept the existence of God, but they don't accept they think that God is formless. They're not arguing with you, but they are thinking that God is formless, he's a big power like this. How will you convince him that God has a form? What are all the points? So all of you should individually prepare that how are you going to convince a person that what are all the points you will bring in to make him understand that God has a form. It's a normal, ordinary colleague of yours, or it may be friend or neighbor. A normal person. He's not a big jnani where you quote Bhagavad Gita and smash like this. Not like that. How are you going to convince a person that God has a form? So this is a task, individual task for everyone. All of you prepare and come. Maybe we'll have a group discussion by adding those points and then presenting. Or if you would like to present personally, you can also present personally. Okay, this is the task. And I want you to read the sloka and the purport right now. So I'll divide it into breakout rooms. Go there, and all of you know within the breakout room, you can actually share the screen. So one of you should share the screen. I'll put appropriately, maybe Sakshi in one, those who can share the screen. I'll put it in one group, and kindly finish reading this once. And that is part of this today's class. So if you have any doubts in that, kindly mark it and come back out. We can clarify. Disha, Divya Rupa, you can share in the first room. Second room, Sakshi can share. And room 3, Santosh Nitai can share, whoever, Govind Rai or Santosh Nitai, whoever. Or fourth, Navaneet, can you share? Or shall I put, yeah, Santosh Nitai can share on this. You can share, because I don't know how many of you from mobile you have logged in or whatever. So the reading should be comfortable. Or I'll copy and paste the purport in the chat box. And if you have any trouble in sharing, don't waste time. Just read it there. Okay?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Haribol?
Om Gondra here. Actually, my
Yes.
connection got disconnected while going into the room.
Okay,
I was
I'll
in
add you.
room 3.
3. Okay. சொல்றதுல